All right, welcome to class. Happy Monday. We are going to continue in our pressure passing series. Before we get started with the lesson, I want to ask if anyone has any questions on any jiu-jitsu positions or anything like that, anything you've been working on or want to troubleshoot. Sweet. We're gonna go over half guard today, specifically from the top. If you're a pressure passer, you're going to end up in half guard at some point, whether it's off a knee cut, over/under pass. There's also a ton of people in this gym specifically that love to play half guard, so you're going to get there. So I want to go over the very basics of like how to pass top half guard, like the bread and butter technique, and then a couple variations off of that based on what your opponent can do. So to get started, I'm going to use Jason here, and we're just going to go into like the traditional half guard, which looks like this. So it's half guard because he's got one of my legs. Full guard or close guard would be if he had both. And it's going to be looking like this. So he's got my leg trapped, and I've got a cross face sort of, and the battle is right here in half guard. The only thing that I really care about as a top player is this leg. This is the leg he's going to use to sweep me if I do not control it. So if I don't control this leg, Jason's just gonna blast an underhook and bridge, and now I'm on bottom. And it's as easy as that. So as the top player, I have to focus on this leg. So I'm going to keep my head to his chest, I'm going to back my butt out to get some base, and I'm going to try to get a hold of his pants here. Once I have this, I'm going to come up onto my toes, bring this knee in as a wedge, kick, scissor out. Rotate so you can see that real quick. But again, the only thing I'm really worried about is this leg, so I have to kill that. So I'm going to put my head down, pull my butt back so I have some base in case he does bridge. He's not just going to come right on top. And I'm going to try to get a grip on the pants. For no-gi, or if I can't get the pants, I can just hold his leg. That's just going to give me some control and some time to prevent a sweep. Now I need to get my leg out of this lock. So I'm going to come up and drop this knee in as a wedge and kick out. It's like the very basics of passing half guard. Are there any questions? Yeah.
You're talking about what your crossface and your head are doing, and what they feel like.
Yeah, so I'm not really worried about this crossface too much. I have my my grip is on his collar. All I'm really worried about is making sure he doesn't get his head out and underneath me. Because if we're here and I'm fighting, lock up the half, yeah. And if he is able to create some space, now this is a different situation and I've got to address this, which we'll talk about. But that's really all I'm trying to do, is keep that shoulder down and make sure his head doesn't come underneath me. Does that make sense? Yeah.
What makes something a half guard versus a quarter guard?
Sure. So half guard is, again, he's got half of me in guard. Me being like my lower half, right? So he's got one of my legs. Quarter guard is if he has a quarter of that. So if half is my leg, a quarter of it is half of my leg. Make sense?
Above the knee, below the knee?
Yes. So half guard is above, quarter guard is below. Good question. Yes.
When you load up to create that wedge, are you vulnerable? Because it seems like your balance will kind of be off a little bit, and
Yes.
you might be able to sweep you.
That's why you have to control the leg before you do that. Because if we're here and I'm trying to do what I showed, like the wedge, and I haven't controlled it, right? So
Yeah.
we rewind. If I control his leg first, I've got this, right? Now when I try to do the wedge, he does it, I'm planning it and I'm pushing and I'm resisting.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And if I've got like the underhook or whatever, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I can't post now.
Make sense? The underhook is stronger, but it's a little harder to get because I have to have a longer arm and you gotta reach a bit. I've got a T-Rex arm, so against a taller player like Jason, it's not gonna work that well. So I go for the pants. The other reason I like the pants is because you can punch. So we're here, and I've got this, and I try to go to the ledge, punch it away. Pull out. Make sense?
Yeah.
Any other questions on this? Cool, let's go with our partners, try this 2 times each. 1, 2, 3. Do you have any questions on the basic half guard pass? That looked really good just walking around. Cool, so now we're gonna talk about what your opponent's gonna do to stop this from happening and what you'll do to make it happen. So we go back to the basic half guard. As I said, the one thing I'm really worried about is Jason's leg, right? So I'm gonna try to slide this way just a little bit. I'm gonna try to control this leg. I'm trying to get my knee out, right? He knows that. This knee is the only thing that's like in half guard. It's his hope for maintaining his guard. So he's gonna try to stop me from getting my knee out by putting his hand on my knee, right? So I'm trying to pull my knee out. He's gonna try to stuff it back. When this happens, it gives me an opportunity to get an underhook and switch to a knee cut, and this is gonna look a lot like what we did last class with the pressure pass knee cut, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do is let go of his leg, and I'm gonna punch this hand through for an underhook. Hand myself his collar here. I'm gonna pop up post and drop my head and knee on the other side. From here, I'm gonna grab his elbow, pull up, slide through. We'll rotate so you guys can see the leg work again. So we're in this half guard here. I've got his leg. He's trying to stuff my leg back in the half guard. So I'm going to punch my underhook through, hand myself the gi. Then at the same time, I'm going to post up and drop my knee and my head on the same side. Now from here, I want to pull this arm up, and I might need to do some leg work here to clear. I can push his bottom or his top leg to pop out and finish with side control. Questions on that? All right, let's try it. 2 times each. 1, 2, 3. Do we have any questions on switching to the knee cut to finish the half guard pass? That was really good walking around though. Sick. All right, we're gonna move on. This is gonna be a very low-tech response to finishing a half guard pass if you feel like you can't advance forward. And then we'll do a more technical one after this. But so for this one, it's gonna be really basic. But it's like, if I feel like I can't finish the half guard pass by advancing forward, like he's really stuffed my knee and I can't win this underhook battle, I'm just gonna go backwards. So I'm gonna pop up on my knees here. I'm gonna hug underneath here. I'm basically just stuffing my hands down. And as I go backwards, I'm gonna try to connect my hands, but I don't have to connect them to start with. I'm just burying both arms so that he can't sit up and attack a Kimura. So I'm putting my head high up on his chest, popping my knees up, connecting my hands, and I'm going to tiptoe down. Then I'm going to sprawl, and that's going to defeat his half guard. Now I have to do a little bit of leg work by windshield wipering my feet. So my feet are going to do this, then they're going to do this, then I hug, and I pass half. I'll do it again.
Is this a body lock pass?
Yes, it's exactly what it is. Yep. So we're here. I feel like I can't get my knee out. I can't win this underhook battle. That's fine. I'm going to put my head on his chest, to pin his chest, which allows me to put both knees down. Then I'm stuffing both of my hands through, and I'm going to start to tiptoe down. Once I've connected my hands, I can give a grip, grab my own wrist, whatever. I sprawl through my legs and come out to
Now,
side.
do you have to have your arms like below his butt, or what if you grab his waist? It wouldn't work.
So-
So you have to be like around his legs almost.
You're really just worried, I'm not worried too much about where my arms are. The lower, the better. It's really just gonna matter how long your arms are in relation to their body and where you can get. The thing I'm most worried about is connected. Because once I've connected, I can squeeze, and that's like my anchor point that I can generate power backwards to bust the lock. Does that make sense? So I'm like hugging up here so that I can squeeze backwards, if that makes sense. Do you need to see it? You good? Any other questions? Yeah. So again, we're here, half guard. I can't get my knee out, can't get this underhook, so I'm going to keep my grip anchored, and I'm going to pin his chest for just a second with my head, which allows me to go to both knees. Now from here, I'm just stuffing both hands as deep down as I can get them as I work down. Once I get my hands connected, that's when I can continue to work down and sprawl. And I don't move my arms from here. I keep it all locked together. And that's like pinning his legs together so that he can't, recompose, move me around or whatever. So, I mean, I guess ideally, I'm looking for my arms to be locked somewhere around his hips, not down here, not up here. Like belt to top of his thigh probably is the best spot. Where I can squeeze, and the squeeze is gonna pin his hips and pull his legs together so that I can get my legs out.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was just
Because
thinking
if I'm
about.
too low to what he just said, he can sit up, right?
Oh
I
yeah,
can see
yeah.
it. So I'm trying to pin him just enough that I can bust the lock, but not low enough that he's able to come up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and to pass, you just kind of tiptoe around. That's what I was trying to
Yes. So
figure
the
out.
leg work. Here, let's. The legs will face this way. The leg work is going to depend on what he's doing, but essentially all I'm doing is I'm squeezing his legs together and putting pressure on the lock.
Mhm.
Then from here, because my legs are basically already on the left, it's gonna be easier for me to just come to this side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And when I have my legs out, I'm using my near side leg to push his legs away. So he can't be composed. And I'm still squeezing and pinning. And then I'm advancing up
okay,
here.
yeah.
I really like to shelf his legs. And then I take this hand off and secure something.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I was missing. Like, how was you gonna kind of recompose yourself?
You'll feel it. Once you bust the lock, like you'll intuitively feel where your legs are and where hers, and you'll be able to like walk your way out of it.
Okay.
You'll give it a shot. You'll get it. Any other questions? Let's try it out. 1, 2, 3. Do you have any questions on the body lock sprawl half guard pass? Awesome. That looks great. All right. So this last one, it's a little bit more technical, but this was taught to me by Alex Judas from Creighton, a good friend of Sam. I got stuck in half guard a couple times in competition, and he showed me this one. It's a little unorthodox, and there's a couple of nuances to it, but I think you'll like it because of what it sets up. So we're going to start in the half guard again. This one is the easiest to hit if they aren't really too bothered with my top leg or fighting for an underhook or whatever. It can also work really well if there's like a size disadvantage. So like me being a shorter person against Justin, this one is actually pretty good. So once I've got here, if there's this open elbow knee space, I'm just gonna take it by coming away and planting my elbow down. Once I've taken this space, I'm gonna anchor my grip on his pants or his belt, and I'm really gonna work my way up to a higher torso pin, okay? From here, the leg work is very similar to the first pass, where I wedge up, wedge in, and kick out. But because I have this elbow knee space open, from here it's really easy to swing a leg over into mount. And because I've already got the elbow knee space and I'm inside his arm, I can let go of my grip, swim his arm around, and come to an S mount. We all know what to do from here. I can attack an arm bar, attack an arm bar, I can take his back, whatever. But it all starts by just taking that elbow knee space. It's very situational. So I don't want to cover like all the different things that could happen. What I'm looking for is just an opening in that space, and as soon as that's open, I take it as quickly as I can. So if he's like pushing on my chest or whatever, cool. I take this space. Once I've got it, again, I'm working on a high torso pin. This is very important because if I stay low, this is very bad. So you have to be very cognizant of a high torso pin. I have to pin him with my back. Once I've got this, then I can worry about my legs. And we end up here. Do you need to see it?
I'm good.
Any questions on this?
Can you do it one more time?
Yeah, for sure. All right. So we're here trying to do the regular pass, right? All I need is that elbow knee space. So most likely he might be like wedging, and this might be when he's trying to get his head out from the crossface. I just come here. Once I've got this grip anchored, I need to get a high torso pin. You'll know you're there if you feel your elbow near their armpit. That's probably high enough. Then from here, I come up on my knees, wedge this knee in to get out of the half guard. Then I can pull his hips over, swing my leg over, and I'm in the mount now. I can just take it out. But because I'm in this awesome position where his shoulder's exposed, I'm gonna find his armpit with my arm, swim this over, connect, and come to here. And then you can finish however you want. Questions? Let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Do you have questions on anything we went over today?
On that last one, is there a way that they could do like the John Wayne sweep on that? Because it seemed like they already have you in half guard. If they connect your feet and you have their belt, if you chop their hand, can't you roll them over? Possibly?
You talk about the last one we did?
Yeah.
You have to roll them all the way up.
What?
So once I get to here, you're saying, can he sweep me?
Yeah, if you chopped your hand.
This one?
Yeah, and
Okay.
then rotate it this way. Because you wouldn't have anything to base, right? Yeah.
You don't have a
So
foot.
he's gonna roll me towards you.
Ah.
No.
yeah.
And as soon
I
as he
had it
opens
wrong.
his legs,
Yeah,
yeah,
had
and
it
I
wrong,
just
yeah.
do the.
You don't want your body weight too far forward to that point, because then he can kind of get your momentum, but if you're keeping like your chest line
Yeah,
bigger behind
you want to stay centered, and like the high torso pin is the most important part of like making sure you've got some base there. But I also have my other leg that's not trapped in half guard. It's like a kickstand, so I have base out that way.
Okay. That one does look cool.
Yeah, I mean, he'd have to be a lot stronger, at which point, okay, you know, he's just that much stronger, he can throw me around. I probably wouldn't have gotten to this point if he was that much stronger anyways.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Awesome, we're gonna do a positional, same format, 2 minutes. Person on top, we're gonna start in half guard, go over the moves we went today. Person on bottom, give about 50% resistance, then we'll do 2 minutes the other way, and then we'll go to regular rounds. Any questions? Cool, get mouth guards, water, and we'll hit it. 1, 2, 3.